Hey there, how are you? And welcome to the first lecture on how to start a successful business as a personal trainer. This is a two-part course. In the first part of the course, I interviewed a successful personal trainer, Joey Zanca. I interviewed him about his process, about getting started, what it usually takes to become a personal trainer, like what kind of licenses you need, all these things that typically come up as you start in this field. How to get your first clients, how to get your first jobs, how to work with a gym, things like that. He explains it. You'll understand how pros do it. In the second part of the course, I'm going to teach you how to get clients as a professional marketer. There's going to be a lot of online strategies, a lot of social media, a lot of search, a lot of things, leveraging different large websites, things like that. So you'll actually be able to promote your business, your personal practice as personal trainers usually do, and then you'll get a lot of the professional marketer things that typically people hire marketing companies or agencies or consultants to do for them because they're advanced. So you'll have the best of both worlds and you'll be ready to rock. So many people think I can be a personal trainer, but it's not completely true. What kind of a person is best fit for what kind of a person is it best for, and who's best suited? And
well, for the most part, athletes. I've been an athlete since I was a kid. But it wasn't just that, it's more than being an athlete. It's when I do my workouts and I exercise myself, I'm very self-motivated and I'm able to push myself through the workout. And not everybody's like that. And the fact that I can even push myself through a workout helps me kind of bring it out in my clients and other people that I'm working with. I can get them motivated to keep pushing forward. Because there are times where you only have a couple reps left and you just don't want to do it. Or you didn't even get to the gym yet and you just don't even want to be there. So you need someone to bring that energy out of you, to draw it up and get you motivated to keep pushing, keep working, keep getting stronger. And that's the main thing. If you're a self-motivated person and you're able to push yourself through anything in general, but mainly through your workouts, then you have that high-level energy. You can bring someone in, keep doing. And number two, very important, is you want to be able to do anything that I give a client or I make a client do. Like if I can't do it myself, I'm not going to make them do it, And so that's something you want to be able to practice what you preach. So those are just a couple things, a couple guidelines that'll make a good personal trainer.
yeah, because if a person's not fit, you don't want them as a trainer, right?
No. You'd be surprised though. Body appearances are not what matters though. Because I've been to some gyms. The guy does not look like he's in any kind of good shape, but the guy's an unbelievable athlete. It's just sometimes the body. But like I said, if he's putting you through a workout that he can't do himself or she can't do herself, then I don't know if they're the best personal trainer for you.
And so when you work to get clients, is it ideal to sort of be working at a gym to get clients, or does the gym take a cut, or is it better to not be part of a gym? How does that work?
It's back and forth. Obviously, if you're not working in the gym, you can get your own personal clients. It's always better because then that's cash in your pocket. Whereas you have to pay gym fees, or if you're working at a gym, the gym's going to take a little bit of your purse. But
are they brutal about it?
Most gyms, on average, it's they make a 50-50 split. Which is a little crazy because you're doing 100% of the work, but at the same time, you're using their facility, so I understand it.
They kind of brought you that person in.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, when you work at a gym, though, they already have the clientele, and you have a space, you have a smaller pool of people to get and make your clients. Whereas, out on the street, maybe it's a lot harder to just pick up random clients. But again, I work in the gym and I have my own personal clients, and I think it's good to have both. It stays balanced.
If you have your personal clients, how do you get the facility? Do you have to rent something?
Well, fortunately, actually, I have a gym. I have a gym in the building I live at, so it's good. I guess my utilities for the month cover that. But yeah, so I don't. That's lucky. But on a summer day, you can go to the park and train. If you are a good personal trainer, you can get someone in shape without really needing any kind of equipment. Obviously, you want to be dynamic, you want to change things up, you want to have your client have fun, because if you do the same thing over and over again, it gets redundant, it gets boring, you don't want to do it anymore. So what you always want to try to do is change it up a little bit. But that being said, if I needed to get someone in shape and I didn't have any kind of equipment, I could still put them through a workout with just their body and no other equipment.
Like a typical client, how long do they remain a client? Because I know you want them to be there forever.
Yeah.
But what is the typical average?
Well, typical average, it depends. The main thing with clients, believe it or not, is it's not just about the workout, it's about connectivity. Because like if I give them a good workout, that's great. But if they don't feel a connection with you, it's not really worth anything, you know? So it's the connection you make with people. They want to feel comfortable with you. Some of these people, they want to be able to talk about their problems with you while they're doing the workout. And, you know, again, most of my clients, so I always recommend they pick a goal, a fitness goal. And if we could reach it in a certain amount of time, that's fine. Then we go to another goal. Because, again, when you're just working freely, it's a lot less motivational than when you're working towards a goal.
What is the ideal client like? Is there a certain demographic, like age, sex, affluence level?
Not really. You know, the clients come in all different shapes and sizes. You get ones that are fantastic, phenomenal athletes. They still need, you know, they still need a client to they still need a trainer to push them. They need that extra motivation. Then you get, you know, you might get an older man who has an injury that hasn't been able to work out in a while. They're a little overweight. It varies, so you have to be able to adapt and, you know, train. I have a very high energy workout, but what works for you may not work for the next guy, you know, so I have to be able to adapt, I have to be able to switch it up. Maybe I'm giving you a certain exercise that the other person can't do because they have an injury. So it's an array of things, and you have to be ready for it. You have to be ready for everywhere. You have to know how to cater to certain people. But as far as an ideal person, an ideal client is the kind of client who does everything that they, you know, everything I say without any kind of complaint. That's always the best.
And they pay.
And they pay, yeah. As long as they pay me on time, that's the ideal.
How hard is it to get a client, and what is the sales process from, like, they don't know you until they hire you?
Well, the main thing is you have to be open, you have to be outgoing, you have to be friendly. If I'm a closed-off trainer and I see you working out at the gym and I just kind of nod and like walk by you every day, there's no kind of connection there. There's no kind of interpersonal relationship. So you want to be able to make a connection. You want to be able to talk to this person. And once you're outgoing and you're yourself, people are kind of comfortable with you, then they'll be more inclined to work with you. Whereas if I just like, you know, walk by, don't really say anything, stay closed off, nobody's going to want to work with you then. You know, look, you're not friendly at that point.
So you kind of challenge people?
Yeah. All the time. And it's just going on. This is what I do, right? I chose to do this. I have a degree in finance that I could use, but I love to do this. So, like, if I see someone doing something wrong, whether it be boxing or working out wise or, you know, MMA, I'm going to come over and give them a tip, try to help them out. And some people take it with great appreciation. Some people kind of take it as an insult, but I always come over in a non-threatening way, just trying to help someone, you know, see something and make it a little bit better. And that's just because I enjoy doing it. And if you don't enjoy doing it, then you shouldn't do it.
And how do you actually go, like, hey, do you want to have this on a regular basis? Or do you don't do that? Or what is the process?
Well, most people will come up to you. Again, like I said, just by giving little tips and not being too pushy, most people will come to you and they'll ask, like, what do you think I should do? And then you recommend them. You don't want to pressure too much. You know, again, I'm not a salesman. I'm a trainer. I sell because my training works. But I'm not like a used car salesman going to sign his soul away just to make a couple extra bucks. You know, if I think I could help someone out, I'll give them that, you know, I'll give them the advice and I'll tell them that. And if they want to go forward from there, we go forward. And most of the time they do because you have something you can offer them that they need. And that's the best way to sell. You know, if I just go up and I just, you know, feed you a line of crap about, hey, you need this, this, and that, most people see through that. But yeah, plus I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to just sell somebody dreams that I never plan on making happen. Then that's also bad on my track record. All my clients have lost weight or reached most of their goals, so it's a much better track record for me. I'd rather keep it that way too. I take pride in what I do.
Right. How do you actually get started? Like, I want to be a personal trainer tomorrow. How do I get started?
Well, the first thing you should start doing is you should start looking up, you could look online, like I said, the NASM website will start telling you how to get into it. You want to start studying a little bit about the human body. How much do you actually know about it? How much do you know about the muscle groups? How much do you know about working out in general? Have you been working out a lot on your own? Because all these questions are things you have to ask yourself before you start. And if you answer yes to a lot of those questions, or if you're actually passionate about it, it's like anything else. You start pursuing it. You come into a gym now. You're just some guy kind of getting off the couch. The gym might not take it. Maybe you need to go to the gym yourself for a little bit and start working out. Start watching some of the trainers at the gym and see what they're doing. And it's like anything else. You know, the more you do it, the more experience you get in it, the better you get at it, and you go from there.
And do you recommend people go through like a program, like a training program, or?
It really depends. I mean, these training programs are great. They'll give you a lot of insight, but at the same time, like I said, I just went to school because I was always interested in it. So with exercise science, I learned a lot from school. So, you know, if you have a background in it already, a little bit of experience, then you're already all right. But yeah, it definitely wouldn't hurt going through a program. No, beneficial.
And so lastly, I think there's a catch-22 where the gyms, they're like, well, we'll hire you if you have experience. So how do you get experience if you're starting out? But you got your certification, like you're like, I'm green, hire me. What's the process?
Well, there's a certain saying I like to say, it's called you fake it till you make it. So you have to fabricate on your resume a little bit, you might have to do that. I'm not saying go out and do that, okay? Just saying.
Some people do it.
Don't talk too much about experience. You know, but that question does come up. Have you worked out for yourself? Then yes, you have experience. As far as that, before I did any personal training, when I went to the gym, they're like, what kind of experience do you have? I'd be like, oh, well, I've been training since I was 5 years old, you know, been training myself since I was a kid, so that's my experience, you know, and then just working out, again, you play a lot of team sports. I played plenty of team sports as a kid, so I was always working out with my teammates and stuff, and you guys motivate each other, so I had experience already coming into it. And listen, anything could be experience, really, so it's not really a fabrication.
And do you advise people do like maybe a meetup group where they have their own meetup groups that they lead and train, and that could be experience, or that's not?
I mean, they could. It's listen, like I said, you have to get your experience somewhere. Start somewhere. You know, you're offering a service to someone. So if I'm offering you a service, especially for free, I just want to get experience out of it. Most people will take advantage of it, or just for you in general, working out with a friend, helping a friend out, helping a family member out. If you want to have a group, that's cool. That's even better. Yeah, it could be super, super motivational for them. It could be a great experience for you.
Perfect. Hi there. How are you? I'm going to give you 25 ways to promote your personal trainer business. Okay, so it's going to be a quick lightning round. I have a list here. I'm going to go through. It's going to be boom, 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 boom. I'll leave it up to you to look deeper into these strategies because it's 25 things. I can't go to too much detail on these because it's going to take me days. They're all a large subject matter in itself. I'm just going to give you ideas, and then which ones seem to make sense to you, those you end up pursuing. I'm just giving you possibilities, right? Because to get into these, I mean, it's going to take way too long to get into its detail. Okay, number one, because you're a local service, guess what? You have to be appearing when people are searching for personal instructors, personal trainers. You have to be appearing on the Google map that comes up, okay, during the searches, and they will come up a lot. So your listing has to be one of them. The way you set that up is you go to Google Places for Business. They might have changed their name, but if you just Google searches for Google Places for Business, you will get to the appropriate place and go through the steps, and that's how you get listed on that map. And then the way you rank higher on that map is by getting good reviews and things like that. So that's that. You also want to be active on Google Plus because guess what? Google Plus is Google's social network, and they can tell locally, right? So if person A has a friend who needs a personal trainer, and you're a friend of this person, you know, Google might connect the dots because it's all based on these connections that often they recommend things to people and display in their search results. So the more connections you have on Google Plus, the more likely it will be that somebody's searching will be of somebody's friend who knows you, right? So you might get on people's radar that way. Then, of course, you want to be building an email list. That's something that's really good for almost any kind of business. And you can collect emails from your website, from any other ways you promote. You can collect emails from your existing customers because you never know. Anytime you have something to promote, anytime you have something new going on, what do? Email the people who are on your list and consistently keep them updated so they're aware of what's going on. The next thing you want to do is you want to give people discounts. You want to offer people, let's say you have a client, give them a discount if they bring a friend, okay? And give that friend a discount as well, because the friend will be incentivized to come if they have a discount, and your friend will be incentivized to recommend you if the friend gets a discount, right? So that way you get people to market your business for you if you give them incentives. Okay. Now, you should also be active because your business is so visual. exercises, it's getting in shape, it's the befores and afters. You should certainly be on visual platforms like Instagram, like YouTube, right? And YouTube especially, because YouTube can help, YouTube videos can rank in Google, not to mention they can rank in YouTube. And what that's going to do is that's going to put you kind of, it's going to help you get discovered by people who are searching for personal trainers, who are searching for videos on exercises, things like that. And then people might hire you from that. So it gives you a lot of exposure, and you can get clients this way. So YouTube, I would really pursue. I would really consider it because it's such so visual, and you can also create it like you can also create rapport with potential clients, right? Because if it's just on the web, people see pictures, maybe links, maybe text, but with the video, you really kind of forge a connection, right? People can get to like you, people can feel like they know you, and then they'll trust you, and then they'll be more likely to call you or buy you if they like you. So that's what you want to do, is really build a connection, and the video really is one of the few mediums that really allows that on the web. So YouTube. Just like YouTube SEO, you want to do Google SEO, and you want to be ranking on Google with your website. Your website doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very easy. It's something you can build on WordPress in like a day or two or three, but really no more. I mean, WordPress is very simple and it's cheap. You can do it on your own. And the whole purpose of your website is to just show you in a good light, maybe embed some of your YouTube videos, show some of your photos of how you work with clients and how you help them, have some testimonials, have your phone number there.